Hello and welcome back to another video by Antz. And in today's video we will be discussing how ants use, collect and distribute their food throughout the colony. So ants need two types of food. They need proteins and they need carbohydrates / sugars. The protein is for the brood and a little bit of the worker ants. They need it to repair themselves. But the adult ants mainly need sugars. This is just to basically carry on their metabolistic processes. So it provides the energy they need to go out and forage and build, look after the eggs, look after the queen and everything like that. So an ant will find a piece of food, whether that be a waxworm, as you can see in the video, a mealworm, a fly, a dead bee, dead rat, dead mouse, even things like dead cows and stuff. They will try and extract whatever resources they can get from them. They will lay a pheromone trail back to the nest, which other ants will follow and come and collect the food. And the more they do that, the more the pheromone trail strengthens, and the more other ants come and collect the food and lay their pheromone, and it just becomes stronger. So the stronger the pheromone trail, the better the food is. So ants will then, the foraging ants, will suck up the liquids, because they can only eat liquids, adult ants. Only larvae can eat solids, or digest them, to be more accurate. And they'll fill up their personal stomachs, and they'll fill up their social stomachs. They'll go back to the nest, and they'll perform something called Trophallaxis on other ants. So this is, to put it simply, they open their mandibles, they sort of twist, and they connect their mouthpieces together. Apologies for that. They will pump the liquid from one social stomach to the other social stomach. So the ant of then the second social stomach, the one that hasn't been foraging, will go to either like the queen or a piece of brood and perform Trophallaxis on them. Now Trophallaxis on brood doesn't quite work how it works with adult ants because, well, the brood doesn't have mandibles yet, but they pretty much pump the liquid onto the brood and the brood will absorb it and use it that way. They will also perform Trophallaxis on the queen. So that's about how ants feed. Some special types of ants, such as honeypot ants, have incredibly large social stomachs that they use to store food over long periods of time. These ants are called repletes, and they're basically just a larder or a store cupboard for the colony. And other species, like leaf-cutting ants, don't go out and forage as these ants, these Elaceus niger in the video, would do. They have a special type of fungus, and they basically put leaves and other plant material onto the fungus. The fungus absorbs that, the fungus grows, and it grows, I'm not sure what they're called, like little polyps and things that then the ants eat, and they then bring more leaves, more polyps, they eat that, and it's a symbiotic relationship, so they both get what they need out of it. So they they'd use pheromones as the leaves. So for that, the stronger the pheromone trail, the better the source of leaves is. It's pretty simple, but ants generally all work in the same way, except a few special types. I'll leave you with a few seconds of these ants feeding themselves, and then I'll come back for the outro. So just a quick description, these ants are feeding on a waxworm, and you can see they're not really taking chunks back to the nest. They're sort of just staying there for a few seconds, sucking up liquids and leaving, and then more ants will come and more like that. And you can see that some of their abdomens are actually swelling a bit, and this is all the liquids going in. So again, I'll leave you and I'll come back in a second. Alright, Now this is a wild colony out of my garden, and I don't usually feed wild colonies, but for this occasion I couldn't get my my camera into where my captive personal ants are to record a video of them eating like this. And it's more natural in the wild how pheromones and things work. So that's why these are wild ants. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more anti-goodness, and I will see all you guys in the next video. Goodbye!